So first, I want to just, put the income disclaimer out there as we talk about volume, because that's important for me to say, to respect Beachbody. Where's the income disclaimer? Now I lost it. Give me a second here. So Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success. Each level is based on each coach's efforts. I just want to put that out there as we go to talk about volume. Okay, so there's a lot of cool things with volume. Volume is where you are going to see the majority of your income come through. So how you earn volume is through team cycle bonuses. So all of you may be right now emeralds, diamond coaches. So to start out, first and foremost, you get team cycle bonuses as you grow your team, which is why we've done this group, because we want to encourage you to push to Star Diamond, to groom business builders on your team to become diamonds and above. That's where volume starts to grow, and that's where you really start to see a generous income based on efforts, right? And continuing to grow your team every month. So if you're an emerald coach, you get $14 per cycle every week, and you cap out at $250. So if you are an emerald coach and you're making $250 a week in team cycle bonuses, you need to rank advance because you're capping out and you could be losing money. So how that works is all that money will go into it'll just go back. You'll miss that money, if that makes sense. If you have a strong leg and you see all this volume but you're not tapping into it, that's going into what we call a carryover savings bank. So hopefully that makes sense. It's like a savings, like they're dropping the carryover into a savings and waiting for you to tap into it by building up your weak leg. And doing so, in my opinion, you want to get to diamond first so you can benefit in the $18 cycle. So at diamond, you get $18. So you do a $4 increase with cycle bonuses. At ruby, you are at $16. And ruby's kind of a in and out rank. Like some people hit it, some people don't, right? So we don't really talk about it all that much, although I've seen a lot of rubies this year. Ruby, you're going to cap at $1,000 a week. At diamond, you're going to cap at $2,000 a week, and then it goes up for every time you go up in rank. So if you go to 1-star diamond, you still are going to do the $18 cycle. You just have more opportunity to earn, and the cap goes higher. And they say you go up $2,000 for every rank. So I think if you are like a 5-star, you would cap at $7,000 at the max volume in your business center. Hopefully that all makes sense so far. So that is cycle bonuses and capping. And that's how that is honestly can become like 90% of your income, just because retailing, being able to sell challenge packs and sign people up are just simple, $50 here, $40 there, give or take on what you're doing. And then renewing of Shakeology is around $30, whereas a team cycle and team volume is a weekly, semi-consistent thing. It starts to become consistent if you're consistent with the daily vital behaviors every day, and you start to look for people who want to build a business with you. And if you guys have any questions, just comment in the chat thing, and I'll answer them. So a couple tips. Another thing, we'll talk about coach placement in a second. Another thing is that I would encourage you to sign your spouse right away and people you love. So mom, dad, brother, sister, cousin, friends, spouse, sister, brother. If you have kids who are 18 and want to coach. Now, let me also tell you, you don't have to, they don't have to build a business For me, I have some parents in spots that I'm holding for my kids when they get older, and we'll transfer them in. My parents drink Shakeology, so it works out. And you can do the U+2 option. So per compliance, you are allowed 2 people that you can pay for, one being a spouse, one being a parent, or a child. If your spouse has a different card, then you can do like spouse +2 and then U+2, 2 different cards. So hopefully that makes sense, where you pay for that. And it may seem like, wow. So a couple of bonus tips for you. When I signed my spouse up, I signed him up with the sampler pack. No, the like barista pack, the packs, little packs. So instead of doing a big bag of Shakeology, I did the packets. That's what I'm trying to tell you, the packets, not the sampler pack. And I created 5 to 7 day groups, and people would order through PayPal 5 packets of Shakeology, or 7 or 6 or 10 or whatever they wanted. And they would buy it through PayPal. I would send it out to them, and it would help me recoup back what I just invested for his business. Because when I was a new coach, I wasn't making like the greatest of money, and it was scary to be like, oh, now I have to go buy my spouse or family. You think about that. And so that was a way for me to think of a way to recoup some money, get Shakeology in the hands of people who were a little iffy about committing to a full bag. We didn't have challenge packs back then, so it was a full bag. And it was just a week for them to give it a shot. So that's a bonus tip for you, and take it back to your team. I get sad when I see people freak out about signing their spouse or canceling their spouse, or it just seems like extra money spent, because my spouse wasn't signed up right at the top because I didn't know any better. And he's not one of the first people, and he still makes a really good income, if you will, with Beachbody as a coach because I got him in there. But guys, he could be making more because he's not at the top. So I hope if you are in this to build a business, which I hope you're on this call, that's why you're here, you want to make sure your spouse is on top of the business, because in a year or 2, you're going to be like, oh, why did I put him at the top? Because what if a really strong business builder comes in and your spouse still isn't signed up yet? They don't benefit. And the cool thing about this is your spouse can get paid and you get paid, right? Your spouse will have a pay and you'll have a pay. So a couple tips in building the diamond. I know we're talking star diamond here, but I always like to put a spouse in and then build opposite, because you can control that account, right? And you can also make that account emerald. And that's just a great way to get people to diamond. And this is a bonus tip for you to share with your team or with your personally sponsored coaches who are trying to get to diamond. It's a great thing because that's an account that you guys, control together, if you will, you and your spouse, and you make emerald, and that's one of your emeralds. And so I always like to have people build opposite until an emerald pops, or some people will sign their parents and do the same thing, like build their mom, build their dad, build their spouse, and just kind of start that way with the diamond and teach that down the line versus, oh, I have 3 emeralds on the right and nobody on the left and I can't get to diamond. I got to keep building. So bonus tip for you. Okay. So we talked about the spouse. We talked about friends, signing your loved ones first. And they can be, you guys, they don't have to be on Shakeology. The idea of Shakeology with the packets is a great way to, it's just like the sampler pack, if you will, except it's you doing the work of getting it out. So it's up to you how you want to do that. But there's also just 50 PV. Are you drinking the performance line as well as Shakeology? You can put it through your spouse's account, keep them active. You know what I mean? That it just works. Because now we have so many more products. Back then we didn't have all these products. We have the Boost, we have performance line, we've got, all those different things that people are using, Energize and the Recharge. And those are great things that you can just put under your spouse and keep an active coach. And it also helps you with your volume. Okay, I saw a question. So on the leadership ladder, it is $5,000 per month. To get to team leader, are you trying to get to team leader? You need $5,000 in volume a month on your weak leg. Yeah. Obviously your goal is to find business builders to join you. That's the purpose of a Star Diamond Sprint. You want people who want to go diamond, who want to go Star Diamond with you. You want 2 Star Diamonds. You want to grow. You want to have 5 Star Diamonds on your team. Like that's where you start to see team volume growth, right? That's the key. I've always heard 5 stars is it would be a goal like to have on your team, whether personally sponsored or not. But there is a bonus to them being personally sponsored because you get matching bonus. So matching bonus comes at diamond rank. I think it comes at ruby rank 2. It's 5% at ruby. It's 10% at diamond. So how that works is when you have business building coaches, emeralds and above, everything they cycle, you make 10% of on top of that. And that's not a capped spot. So just to give you like an example, if you have a personally sponsored coach and she or he is cycling like $500 a week, you make $50 in a matching bonus. So it's separate from your challenge pack retail, Shakeology, all that. It's separate from the subscription to on demand, and it's separate from team cycle bonuses. So it's another way to earn income, which is a great way to explain to people why diamond is such a great place to be, because not only are they going to get the $18 cycle bonus, but they're also getting 10% matching bonus based off of emeralds, rubies, and diamonds that they personally sponsor. And of course, as they grow in their cycles, you're going to see a higher increase. So if they're making $1,000 in the cycles, you're looking at $100 a week. And as it grows, you see, imagine if you've got 10 people who are doing that and what that can look like just in the matching bonus. So just to give you an idea of ways to, grow your income, it's definitely developing leaders on your team. It's developing Star Diamonds. It's teaching personally sponsored coaches, how to go diamond, how to go Star Diamond, how to teach their people to do the same thing. And that's where volume starts to grow. That's where income comes in. And if we want to tie this to the helping people, just remember, you guys can't do this alone. Like, we can't help everyone by ourselves. There's only one of us, and we can only help so many people a day. And that's why we recruit a team to help us, because there are people out there that would love to do what we do, who have the heart that we all have to help others in health and fitness, who would love some income, and you recruit them and they can connect with people that we can't connect with, because there's only 24 hours in a day, right? We have families. So that's why you recruit a team. And that's why you get the volume you get, and you get to benefit in a nice income that honestly grows and grows and gives you incredible increases if you work at this. And it's all in those, if you all heard my national wake up call last week, if you didn't, go back and listen to it. It's all in those little daily things that you do every day. And I gave a list and how I use the tracker and how it took me to the next level in my business because I got, focused. All right. So a couple things you can do with discount coaches, just fun things, is you can offer the idea of, hey, if you know anybody who loves Shakeology or would love to drink it, or you connect with people, I'd love to get them set up. We'll get you a deeper discount on your shake, or even get it for free, right? Because if 3 people sign up for Shakeology, that pretty much pays them back around $90 or so, which pretty much covers their Shakeology, in turn giving you a little bit of a higher volume count. So it's one of those things that it was taught from Keith Callahan and Bob Lucido. They did like a call on it a while back, and that's something that worked really well for them and helps the discount coach, right? Keeps them happy because they get their 25% off, but why not more? If somebody wants to drink Shakeology that they know, they help sign them up under the discount person, and then that person now gets the $30 for the Shakeology, which cuts their bill down a little bit. And if 3 people or more get on Shakeology, then they have it paid for. And they don't want to build a business, but it's just a nice little volume increase for you, if that makes sense. Okay. So yeah, we call it the Refer 3 program, just to kind of give you a feel for what you could call it, Refer 3. You can talk about that with your discount coaches. And don't, you want to do that work for them. Don't feel like just have them bring you the people if they know anyone or they're drinking a shake and like someone else wants it. The goal is just for them to be aware that they can bring those people to you and you can sign them up under them, and then they can get discounts on their Shakeology, which in your volume grows. Okay. So your goal right now in the Star Diamond Sprint is to go 2-star. That's your goal. If you're a Diamond coach right now, even if you're an Emerald with 6 coaches, you should be very 2-star focused. That's my opinion. That's what I feel is important. Diamond is really a launching pad in your business. You're going to hit it and you're going to be like, cool, where's the money? Like, right? Because you may have a skeleton diamond where it's a lot of discount people and you're looking for the depth, right? That volume, you're like, okay, I hit this rank, but I only cycled once or twice. So your goal really is to focus on finding people that want to do this with you. Who wants to run with you? Like your upline that puts you in this group, you're looking for people like that who want to do this with you. Okay? And that one on each side, so a diamond on the right, a diamond on the left, gets you to 2-star. Some people will build their husbands. My husband is a diamond coach at this point because he will cap if I let him go lower. And that's cool, right? That's not a bad problem to have. That's the beauty of this is you can grow this thing, and that's a second pay coming through him. And so at 2-star, you'll qualify for 6 weeks. And you will start to get quarterly bonuses if you follow the qualifications. There are qualifications every quarter. They are consistent. So we'll talk about the bonuses with that. So 2-star, you're looking at anywhere from $700 to $1,000, depending on how the quarter went for Beachbody, how many 2-stars are out there, all of that. So the 2-star bonus comes, like, just to give you an idea, our first bonus came like January 12th, just like the second week, I think, in January. And then the next one comes the second week in April, and then July, and then I think October. And there's a calendar that we can post that'll tell you like exactly like where they, what dates they are and what you need, what weeks you need to hold to hit that level or hit that bonus. So right now, for example, we are transitioning from first quarter into second. I think second quarter starts April 1st or something like that, somewhere in that week, I want to say. I don't quote me because I'm not like 100% on that, but I can pull up a calendar and share with you guys. One goal that I think a lot of people are focusing on at this point is May 12th, because that's summit recognition. So if you want to be a 5-star and walk across the stage at summit, you want to aim for that goal May 12th. And be, I'm going to look this up and I'll post it. I think you want to be qualifying on May 12th. So you get to qualify from the 12th for the next 6 weeks. So if you haven't hit a Star Diamond rank yet, once you've developed a diamond or 2 on your team, you have to hold rank for 6 weeks until you're officially that Star Diamond or 2-star diamond, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. Now, the cool thing with 2-star is you get that bonus we talked about, right? And you get to open a second business center. So you get to duplicate you. So you have a business center right now that you build in. When you hit 2-star, Beachbody is going to tell you you can open another business center. You can order a challenge pack, give yourself 2 Success Club points, and, let's say Country Heat comes out or it's 22 hardcore and you want that. You order in a challenge pack, you get that business, it opens up. You can place that business center wherever you want within your organization. I placed mine in my husband's weak leg, but I personally sponsored it by my first business center. So hopefully that made sense. So it actually was placed in his weak leg, but it was sponsored by me. And why that I did that is because everything that's built in that second center will go through him and then go up through me. And when I build that to diamond, that would make me another diamond. So I would rank advance again. And you would now have 3 ways of getting paid. So you get paid in that second center. You get paid through the husband or the wife. You get paid in your first. So are y'all following so far? Are we good? All is good? Okay. I know this can get a little confusing. So the cool thing about that is you can also do that with anybody you sign up. Once you've started to sign them up and you're kind of looking, you're like, husband's weak leg needs to grow or whatever, you can place in the week, but sponsored by the first, and it's a way to generate volume. And in my opinion, you don't have to. I don't think it really hurts because you'll consistently place in there. So it benefits everybody. Most strong legs you're going to find on the outside legs, though, just FYI. All right. So 2-star. So every quarter you have to hold for 6 weeks straight after you've qualified. So let's say you hit 2-star on May 12th, qualifying. You want to hold it for 6 weeks. You're going to get celebrated at Summit for that rank. And you're going to get that 2-star bonus of 700, 800, somewhere in there. At 5-star, you have to hold for 6 weeks. You also need 10 elite points or to go to the events. And 5-star bonuses are more like, I think they're more like in the $3,000 range, $3,000 to $4,000, depending. And then 10-star, same idea. 10 stars more about like the $15,000 range. And then 15-star is somewhere in the $40,000 range. And that's quarterly. But you have to hold it for 6 weeks every quarter because you can't just hit it once and be done. Same thing with like diamonds, right? You hit it and then all of a sudden it's like, what just happened? Why am I emerald again? Because you want to consistently be adding to your team, finding new people to join you to help you end this trend of obesity who want to build this with you. And there's nothing wrong with discount or hobby type of coaches. They're great. But for pushing to star diamond levels, 5 stars, and you're looking for people who want to go diamond and above. You want star diamonds, right? Because they'll push, you want them to push to the next level because that helps your rank stay solid. Your 2-star becomes firm and solid. Your diamond becomes solid. Your 5-star becomes solid. And realistically, a 5-star coach needs to have at least 7 to 8 diamonds just because some are going to flop. And that's just part of the process. And some coaches are going to sign up with you and be like, this isn't for me. I want to cancel. Or I don't want to keep paying for this. I'm going to go inactive. And it's going to affect your rank. So you have to be real smart about having, a lot of personally sponsored coaches. And every day you should be out there looking for people to join your team. I talk about this on the National Wake Up Call. Like every day I look at my business activity tracker and I'm like, okay, who have I talked to about becoming a coach? Who do I know? And if I'm like, I've got nobody to talk to, then it's where can I go find them? Right? And so these are things you want to take back to your team. The National Wake Up Call that I did just kind of lays that all out in detail and helps people. I mean, it took me from like bringing in just a handful, just a couple, to being able to bring in more and really get to know people and grow the business a little bit. I don't know if I would say faster, but it was just something that really put me in a momentum. And that's where you want to be, in a really good momentum. Hitting Success Club every month. Teaching your team to hit Success Club. That's a great way for volume, right? Because if they're having people sign up with them, join their team, they're bringing in new challengers, that's volume growth for you. And honestly, that puts you in a position of heading towards elite, which is a really cool honor to be a part of. I've been elite 4 times. It's my 4th year. And it's because when I became a coach, I earned a trip to the Bahamas, which was years back, 4 years ago or 5 years ago. And it was because of Success Club. And it gave me something to focus on every month. It was like, what am I doing? Where's my focus? Oh, Diamond. Okay, I'm focused on that. Success Club. Okay, I'm focused on that. And I had coaches that were joining me, right? I'd invite them to join me and I'd be like, okay, so you want to get your Shakeology paid for? We need to focus on Success Club. So we need to find 3 people that we can help. And yes, many of them are going to tell you yes, and they may disappear. And they may disappear. So we need to go talk to more people. And we would do that. And that was how Elite kind of organically happened, because everyone wants to grow, or the people who want to build are going to run with you. They're going to get Success Club. It's going to be a non-negotiable. They're not going to let a month go by. I've never missed a month of Success Club, and I have gone through craziness, you guys, like infertility struggles, pregnancy with twins that was awful. I was on bed rest. I was in the hospital. I was a hot mess, going the wrong direction on the scale, right? And then coming off of all of that. And I never missed a month because I made sure to stay in relationships with people. And that's how I've been able to grow and find people to build with me. So every quarter, just to reiterate, every quarter, if you are 2-star, 5-star, 10-star, 15-star, you have the opportunity for another bonus on top of the team cycle, on top of the matching bonus, and everything else, which is really cool, you know? So we want you in this group. This is like the last training. I think Wendy's trying to get one out to you guys as well. She's been dealing with some sick babies and struggling to get you guys a training, because it's right when she has to take the kids home from school that we do these calls. But your goal is to sit down. If you're a diamond, first of all, make sure it's solid so you don't lose it. Second is to make sure that it's, you're looking for people who want to be a diamond on your team, right? You want to help them and teach them. That was the thing was, okay, the Bahamas is an option, right? Punta Cana is our option. That's what's coming. Get on that waiting list, get Success Club every single month so you can get off of it. And then take your spouse or a friend on vacation, right? We just came off the Success Club trip, and we earned that because we hit Success Club every single month. And that's without fail, right? And that doesn't mean it just comes easy to us. It means we had to show up every day and talk to so many people and figure out, like, okay, this person said yes, but they're iffy, so I'm going to go talk to someone else. And I just want to be real with you guys. Like, I'm just being honest that some days I go through 50 people and they all say no. It's very normal. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go find more. And it's that simple. Like, that's the part that separates people, is when they all say no and you're like, I'm defeated. I'm over this. This isn't for me. Oh, I'm feeling horrible. Or no, someone's going to say yes. I'm going to keep going. Right? That's not really volume talk, but those are my bonus tips for you. Those are my tough love tips. So we talked about the refer 3, right? And you can do that with anybody. For me, when I bring on new coaches, I think it's important, first thing, that they get their Shakeology paid for so they can continue on their Shakeology, and then beyond that. And the way you get your Shakeology paid for is you find 3 people to join a group with you. And if you are like, where do I find them? How do I do that? I would start with a free group so you can add value to them, which Emma talked about the first training video. So you go back to her video. And I actually have some people who may have not been a part of the Star Diamond group. I'm allowing my team to see this call today for a team call. But free groups are critical right now. I put up an abs and booty challenge on my like page, and it took off. Like, people wanted to do it, and I'm like, okay, we'll create a group, and I'm able to build relationships with all these new people and add value to them by just sharing, motivational stuff and recipes and being a part of the group, and I'm building a trust with them. And they're going to start seeing what I'm doing and be like, I might want to do what you're doing. Or I can talk to them based on them posting on the page and being like, you're amazing. Have you ever considered doing what I do? Okay. So cycle bonuses, again, Emerald, $14, Diamond, $18, right? $4 difference. That's why a lot of people are telling you go Diamond, and make it a solid Diamond. And then it's a matter of, hey, friends, hey, coaches, come with me on this journey. You go Diamond with me. Let's do this together. And some of them are going to do it, and some of them aren't. And when you get so close, like when you start to see people that are like 4 coaches away, be like, let's go, like encourage them so much, because it seems far away to them, but it's not. They can do that in a week, right? I mean, that's easy. Really, I saw a video from Jimmy Hayes Nelson yesterday about going Diamond in like a week. Diamond is just 12 coaches. That's it. Just 12 people. And that's the start. And then the goal is to go beyond that, right? So Diamond is that $18 cycle, and that stays the same as you go into the Star Diamond ranks. It just, you get a bigger cap. So at Emerald, you cap at $250 a week. At Ruby, it's $1,000. At Diamond, it's $2,000, and then Star Diamond goes on up. Okay. And then we talked about matching bonus. You don't see that until you're a Diamond or a Ruby, and that's based off the performance of your coaches and them being Emerald, Ruby, Diamond, and above. Your goal, of course, is to find coaches that want to build with you, that want to be Star Diamonds, that will do that type of thing. That's your goal in terms of building volume. You're looking for people who want to help others and run this business with you. Coach placement, we talked about spouse should go first. Mom and dad and everyone you love that wants to do this or loves Shakeology or needs Shakeology in their life should be signed up at the top as well, because you never know when the next rock star coach, top 10 coach is going to come in, and what if they come in under you and spouse came in after that and misses out, and you have those options to earn the two paychecks. So I'll give you an example. My grandpa coach is Jason Diebold, which is where I've learned a lot of this volume training. They'll talk to you about, he if you've ever heard a call from him, they call it the 15-star decision on whether you want to go for 15-star or whether you want to build multiple CBCs, and I'll just kind of share that in a minute. But why am I telling you about Jason? Oh, so when Jason signed up as a coach, no joke, he signed up, and 2 days later, a rock star coach came in and blew things up. And it wasn't personally sponsored by him. It was personally sponsored by his sponsor, right? But it was on the same leg. So he benefited in all that volume. So you guys, when you're put on a leg and you start to place coaches under there, if a rock star comes in under that, whether it's personally sponsored by you or not, you will benefit in that volume, and you'll start to see it take off. And you might see that now. Like if you go in your back office, you'll see volume left and right. If you see a high number on one of the sides, that's a strong leg. Okay. And you still need to get to Diamond and above, right? In my opinion, you still need to get to 2-star, even though you don't want to place people on that strong leg because there's so much volume there already. You want to get that weak leg going. You still need to get those ranks up, because you're going to cap, you'll cap out at Emerald, and you don't want to do that. So, anyway, so he was like, had I not signed up in those 2 days, I would have missed out on all of that. So you always have to think like that. And that's why we want, to get, if you're in this thing, you're a true entrepreneur. You're in this to build, you're in this for the long haul. Get the people you love in with you at the top and teach that to your team. Scary stuff, because you're like, well, I don't know what's coming, right? Because we can't guarantee any level of success. You have to just work at it. Okay, so there is such thing as every time there's a thing called stacking. Every time you go to start in a business center, you can open another one. So like I said, you open a second business center in your first, but then if your second business center goes 2-star, you get to open a third. And that's another way of earning. Another way, you get the same things in every business center, okay? So we talked about that matching bonus. You have that option in the second, in the third, in your spouses, all of that. So you can see how the sky is the limit with this business. All for helping people in health and fitness. It's pretty freaking cool. And how you can really dream big with this business and really think about your goals and what you want to do with the business. Okay. Does anyone have any questions so far? Are we all following me? Hopefully. Okay, cool. Some people may have a stronger leg, and 15-star may not be in their sights just because they need to build on the one side and they don't want to put too many on the other. Okay. Or 10-star may not be in their sights. And I can use Jason as an example. He's a great example for that. For him, he has one side that's very, very, very strong, and it doesn't make sense for him to put anybody over there. But he still needs diamonds over there because he needs, you need to be such a rank, especially if you start capping, right? So, at a 5-star level, you can be capping. And I think if I said that right, I'll pull the exact details because I'm not a detailed person, but I'm pretty sure it's $7,000 a week you cap at 5-star. And I think 4-star is $6,000 and 3-star is $5,000. I think. I have to double check. I want to say it's $2,000 above what the rank is. So 10-star is $12,000. And $12,000 is your max cap. Like that's maxing out your business center. Right? And that's why we open another business center, because then you can go do it again. You can open 25 business centers. So if you're going to stack and you want to do 2-star and 2-star and you want to keep opening business centers, you can do that. Some people do that, or build them all to 5-star. For me, I think going 15-star, this is just my opinion. I think it's good for your team. I think your team would love it. It's good, I don't know. I just think it's really good. But I also understand if you're on a really strong leg that you're like, no, I want to tap in, get my weak leg growing. That's just not going to make sense to me. I'd rather see the volume. You're going to kind of do both. You'll get to decide. Okay. And then coach placement, we talked about how you can play, and guys, there are so many variables because everybody's business is so different. But for me, what worked was putting my second CBC in my husband's weak leg, but sponsored by my first business center. So I have, my husband is a diamond. My second business center is a 2-star. I think it's a 2-star. And those guys are placed on the right leg of my first. So I have 2 diamonds over there that I'm in control of, which is pretty cool. It's nice to be in control of some of your diamonds because some of your diamond coaches may fall off the map. I'm just keeping it real. They may not, but some might. Some may lose rank, and you are the driver in this business. You can only motivate and inspire and be like, okay, I'm going to go get more people to join me and do this because this person may or may not ever come back to diamond rank, and I want to get to 10-star or whatever your goal may be. What else was it? Coach placement. So I put this second business center in his weak leg, and that just helped the volume because he was sitting on my right, or he's on my right, which is a fairly strong leg. It is the strong leg. Let's be real. It ended up being the strong leg. In the beginning, it wasn't. It flip-flopped. My left was the strong, and I've built from nothing. I don't have anybody who's given me anything. So I've never been on a strong leg in the first place. I come from a dead leg. I'm on the inside of the inside. And it's all good. You can still grow a crazy, awesome business with that. So hopefully nobody gets discouraged by that. Sure, is it nice to have a strong leg? Absolutely. But if you don't, you can still do it. Okay, so I'd done that on a weak leg, and then my other side was fairly getting weaker, my left side. So when I opened my third business center, I placed it on the left side so I could kind of drive volume through that. And you guys can do Success Club, and then maybe go give your husband or wife Success Club. Success Club in your business center, and then maybe you're going to put all base kits or any sort of orders like that through the spouse to generate some volume. Especially with the leadership ladder, you want that weak leg to be 5,000 in volume in the month. And then you need 4 personally sponsored coaches to at least get 1 Success Club point. I think there's something else. Your bonus points, I think, need to be, I have to look it up to give you guys the exacts. But the biggest challenge, I think, with the leadership ladder and going team leader, I think, is people building that weak leg volume and or getting people to get Success Club. And that's all tied to, hey, this is how you get your Shakeology paid for. This is how you can help other people. Those points are basically tied to lives that you're changing because you're giving them the nutrition, the fitness, the support, all of that whole bundle. Okay. And then you can also place people in the weak inside legs and sponsor them by the first if you want to grow your spouse's weak leg as well. So I'm trying to think of how I want to say this. So if you wanted to grow to 15 star, for example, you wanted your spouse to grow more volume, you could be sponsoring them by your first, placing in his week. And if they pop diamond or above, you still get the rank in that first business center, but you're also generating the volume. Make sense? And continue to build in there. So, give your people some more people. I like to go in different areas based on what's going on in the year. And I'll let them know, like, hey, I'm going to be building on your leg. So you want to run with me? Like, you want to do this with me? And I'll be like, here's where I'm going to be building volume this year. And then I'll shift it. I just noticed this week, I thought my right leg was starting to go really strong. And I was like, oh, I'm going to have to pop over because I've been working over there a little bit. And it kind of goes back and forth a little bit. But is it like playing chess? It's sort of just kind of like really talking with your upline and being like, what do you think? But let me take a step back. If you're a newer coach and you're not diamond yet, or you're barely diamond, that's first and foremost. You've got to solidify that rank. And what does that mean? That means that you want, 15 to 20 personally sponsored coaches. You want to have like 3 to 4 emeralds on each side, right? That's solidifying, not having to stress over that. And that's setting expectations when you're signing people up. Like, hey, if you want to do this, here's how you're going to get your Shakeology paid for. And we're going to talk about going emerald. That can be done in a week. No big deal. I went emerald in X amount of days. I went emerald in 3 weeks. My first ever pay came in 3 weeks. So for people who are newer and are like, oh, I haven't seen money yet, it's okay. It's going to come. You just have to keep plugging away. Did I miss anything? Is there anything you don't understand? Anything you have questions about? Or did I just nail it all? Perfect. All good. I like to tie volume with the tasks that you need to do every day because that's how volume is going to get somewhere. Well, I recorded it so you can listen over and over and over. Okay, so how long did it take for me to find builders? Okay, so here's what I did. So this is hard to answer because in my opinion, 1 in every 10 are going to be a business builder. So if you sign 10 people, 1 out of those 10 are going to be a business builder. And that's just a numbers. Part of this is very much a numbers thing. Okay, so what I did was actually one of my first coaches, Ashton, I don't know if she's on this call right now or not, but she came in doing insanity. She had a lot of weight to lose, and she just blasted her journey everywhere. And I mean everywhere, like YouTube, like Facebook. She was everywhere. And she'd be sharing before and afters every 2 weeks or something. The girl was just, and now she would, Instagram wasn't open back then, but man, I can only imagine what that would have been like. And she wanted to go to the Bahamas bad. Like the Atlantis was on her bucket list. And I was like, okay, if you want to go, here's how we're doing this. We have to hit this success club every single month. And we need to get to diamond fast because we had like 6 months and you had to go diamond really fast back then. And so the both of us just went after it fast. We created a group together. It was a motivational group. It was free. You didn't have to buy anything to be a part of it. It was just a way for us to offer motivation and value to people. And we would just get out there and we would find people on Facebook and be like, want to join our motivational group? Like, you look like you're working on some health and fitness goals. And we would make sure they didn't have a coach or whatever. We were very cautious about them already working with a coach and stuff. Or maybe they were in a running group or they were in a CrossFit thing or they were doing yoga. And we'd be like, we have this motivational group. You should join us. And it was free. And they would get in there and we were able to build relationships. And so that's how we really ran it. And that was my first coach that built. She was my first diamond. And then, so she was on the one side, she was on my left, and I knew I needed to get 2-star next, right? I hit 1 star, and then I was stuck, and I'm like, how do I get past this? Because she was awesome, and all these other people I signed up didn't really want to run like she wanted to run, and it was because she had a motivation behind it. Like, we knew why. She wanted that Atlantis trip, so she knew she had to hit these goals. And for me, if I've got people who want income or they've got big goals, then they got to go after Success Club. And we would do things like the Fixate giveaway with challenge packs. Like, hey, with your challenge pack, you're getting a Fixate book. Or, and we didn't have a lot of money. Like, I signed up fairly broke. I lost my job. My husband lost his house to a short sale. Like, we were in a bad place. We had student loan debts and stuff. And there were like these bonus workout videos that they were like $15 or $14. And we would be like, we'll send you a bonus video or a bonus Shakeology flavor or whatever with your order. And people would be like, okay. And we would just send something like that with a thank you note. And it was great. It worked. And we would get Success Club. So after that, my second business builder did not come for a year. Which was kind of scary because I was like, yeah, you can imagine every month you're like, hello, where is everybody, right? You may deal with that now. Like, I just want some coaches to join me. So understand, guys, like, this is very normal. It's okay. You are not doing anything wrong. It is genuinely a numbers game, and how well you're building these relationships and sharing the value and the gift that this business can be for somebody. It can change somebody's life, somebody who is in a really bad financial place, who's willing to do what an entrepreneur needs to do to build a business. And this is not the teacher side of me. This is a motivator coming out and telling you you're an entrepreneur, and entrepreneurs are the drivers in the business. You have to take all excuses and you have to tell them to get out of my head, go away. I have people to talk to. I have a business to build. I have a family I want to support. I have goals, and I have people out there who need me, who need this. I got a message yesterday, saying, whatever you said, something that changed my life. And I was like, I did? What did and that's what you guys are doing. You're changing lives. And the cake icing of it all is you're getting paid to do this, right? Okay. So anyways, my diamonds just started to kind of come. I don't know. I tell you, my opinion, 1 in every 20. They say 1 in 10, I think 1 in 20. So just to give you an idea, just constantly be, and some of your diamonds are going to come and they're going to fall. And they may never come back, and some may. But if they understand the cycle bonuses, the matching bonuses, all the benefits, and then the benefits of that 2-star and 5-star, people are going to work for that. I sit here today and I look back at every single day that I showed up during tough times, mental tough times, like sickness, kids were up all night, I was in the hospital, whatever, and I still showed up. And I'm like, so glad I did. As tough as it may have been, I'm so glad I was disciplined enough to be like, it doesn't matter. If I do this now, imagine where I'm going to be a year from now. And you have to think like that. Like, if I just keep this up, even though I don't see a lot of income right now, imagine where I'm going to be a year from now if I stick to this. Success Club, finding coaches. Success Club, finding coaches. Success Club, finding coaches. Teaching coaches to get Success Club. And being real about it, guys. Like, don't be afraid to tell them that. They want to know, okay, how do I do this? Like, don't be afraid to tell them, look, you've got to focus on Success Club. You've got to focus on finding new coaches. You can't be like afraid. You're not pushing. You're setting an expectation, because that's how they're going to start to see something. And the more they see, the more excited they're going to get. That's how I was 3 weeks in. I made $45. I'm like, what did I just do? That's so cool. And then I was like, okay, if I want to go on this trip, I got to get this Success Club. And so do you. If you want to go on this trip with me, you got to get this Success Club. And she was like, okay. And we'd be like, I don't know what we just did, but wow, we just saw $100, right? And it's a compound effect that continues to grow as your team grows, as your leaders grow. Okay. How much did you sell Shakeology for when you were doing the 1 week? Okay, so 5 packs, I think we did $30. So here's the thing. You can't make a profit on this. You can make a profit with the 25%, piece of a bag or a challenge pack, like that Beachbody already pays you out. So you can do like 5 packets for like 30-ish. It basically has to cover your cost and cover your shipping. So think of it like that, 30 to 35, give or take, because you have to buy the envelope, and you may put in a recipe card, which adds way more value. You may, one bonus tip, you guys, we created videos in the kitchen, like, here's how I make a peanut butter shake and chocolate, and I put this in, and then I blend it, I put this much ice in, this much water, almond milk, whatever. Send it to your people so they don't user error make it and be like, this is disgusting, right? I user error made it the first time. I thought it was disgusting because I didn't use enough water. I didn't use ice. I don't even know what I did. But nobody showed me how to make it. So do that. And then or find a grocery list for them, a clean eating grocery list. You can Google, Pinterest, or you can have one made, or you can make one yourself, which is kind of busy work. I don't know if I would do that. I would probably try and find one, and set up a group and just share your favorite healthy recipes. Get them on Shakeology for 5 days, and add a lot of value. And then when they're done, be like, okay, so you lost a couple pounds, right? You feel amazing. How about you join my next group? Right? And they can kind of, from there, evolve into the idea of coaching. Coaches come from everywhere, right? Challenge groups, sometimes just from watching you post. Sometimes you see people that are just doing amazing fitness posts. You're like, you'd rock. You need to do this. Have you ever heard of Beachbody? Whatever. All these different ways to do that. And some of the best people come through their motivation. Like, you're already seeing them do it in your challenge group, or you're seeing them do it in a free group, or you're just seeing them do it on Facebook. It's like, do you want to get paid to do that? Like, we could talk about this, right? It's a great way to just get interest in front of people. And they're not always going to say yes right away. It's going to take some exposure, just like watching those sponsored ads come through your newsfeed, like Nordstrom, or I don't know if you've seen that time iron. It keeps popping up in my feed over and over, right? And I'm like, do I want that? And then look at the cost. I'm like, ah. And then look again. I'm like, do I want that? And then I make a post, and I'm like, does anyone use this thing? And then it comes up again, and I'm like, do I really want that? Maybe I want that. I kind of like that. And then I looked a little bit more into it, and I've watched it pop up in my feed, I don't know, 5 to 10 times. And I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to order it now. How do I order it? that's what it's like for us as coaches. That's why we have to post like our life depends on it. And we have to post smart. We have to be thinking like we're those little ads popping up, and we have to share things that are going to attach people to want to be a part of this, sharing your story and sharing your tips and just being in front of people. So when they're ready to say yes, they pick you and they don't go pick someone else because that person was so consistent with their posts and so serious that I'd rather build business with them. All right, so we're right about the hour. Do we have any other questions? I recorded this, so I'll post the recording. So, all right, I hope you guys have an awesome Tuesday. I hope this was helpful for you in volume growth. Get out there and crush your business. And this is it for the group. So I hope you guys have been able to get something out of this and grow. And, we'll see you at Summit, see you on stage maybe. All right, guys, have an awesome day. Bye.